Hey, my name is Shaira Ahmed, and welcome to Chat Real. Now, before we get into this episode, because it is the first, I want to give a brief introduction into who I am and what this podcast will be about. I'm a recent high school graduate, you could say. I mean, we didn't have an actual ceremony because of COVID-19, but I graduated nonetheless, and I'll be starting university this fall. And my goal in this life is honestly to help and inspire as many people as I can. Regardless of what job I get, I never want to stop helping people and giving a voice to those who don't have one, and just educating people who are ignorant. I'm starting this podcast because I feel like the day and age that we live in is fake. People are fabricating who they are, what their interests are, just to please other people. We don't have time for real conversations. With Chat Real, I want to dive into life's challenges that we're afraid to talk about. I want to dive into societal issues that are quote-unquote controversial and talk about my own experiences and how I overcame them and still keep a positive mindset in this era, which can often be a difficult thing. Now, with all that out of the way, let's go straight into today's episode. We're going to be talking about what's stopping you. Now, this question came about to me when I was working on this very podcast. I wanted to start this podcast back in March, April, but clearly, as you can see, it is much beyond that. It's July, and it took me this long to actually press record and just go forth with this podcast. It took me some time, but I figured it out. It was myself stopping myself. I was psyching myself out, thinking about too many things, which just led me to not want to record. I kept telling myself, I'll record it tomorrow. And then that turned into a week, that turned into a month, that turned into 2 months. And it kept going and going and going. So I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to record a podcast about this very struggle because I'm sure there are other people out there who want to accomplish their goals, but they're psyching themselves out and they fear judgment. And I'm not going to lie. I struggle with the same thing, and I think I actually care way too much about what people think, and it absolutely sucks because it causes so many problems. It causes me to put a pause on every single project that I want to accomplish because I'm too busy thinking about, if I say this, what will people think? If I have this cover art, what people will think? And it consumes your mind and it gets overwhelming, and I want to stop that. I really, really want to stop that, and I want to help other people stop thinking about what other people are going to think. This is the realization that I came up with. Every single person will judge regardless. Every single person, even the people who say that, I'm not a judgmental person. They're a judgmental person probably more than anyone else, let's be real here. Even if you say that you're the least judgmental person, you're still judgmental in some ways. It's human nature to judge people. When you see someone walking across the street, it's human nature to judge them. We can't stop that. But what we can stop is how we react to those judgments. Now, when this goes live, there are going to be people in my personal life who may think that this is cringy or that what the heck is Shaira doing in quarantine? Quarantine has gotten to her. But am I going to let that affect me and stop making these podcast episodes? No way. If I prioritized every single person's judgment, I might as well just stay home, do nothing, and just live my life for someone else, because there is no way that you're going to be able to please everyone in this lifetime. There's just no way. Everybody contradicts each other in their own opinions, and that is why I strongly believe that if you have a goal, you should go for it, because if you are happy with what you're doing, I think you're automatically more successful than anybody else. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, nobody can tell you that it's not a good career, it's not a good option, it's not a good goal, you're embarrassing yourself. Nobody could tell you anything if you're happy doing it. Another thing I want to mention about judgment is that we use it as such an easy excuse. We're like, you know what, I'm not going to do that because people are going to make fun of me for it. Okay, and what if they do make fun of you? If you keep doing what you want to do and you keep going forth with your goals, I assure you that one day it's going to pay off, and those people, they can continue laughing while you're up and successful. And trust me, I know going forth with your goal is a scary thing because it's like, damn, I'm actually doing it, and there's a potential that I fail from this. There's a potential that this won't go the way that I want it to. That is what life is. Nothing is going to go 100% your way. And oftentimes when it doesn't go your way, it usually means that, it might not be for you, or maybe it is for you, but you need to go at it at a different approach. As I said, the day and age that we live in can be fake, but also the day and age that we live in is absolutely incredible because there are so many different ways to accomplish your goals now. There's not just one path you need to take in order to accomplish a goal. There are multiple different ways to accomplish one goal, and that is the beauty of the world that we live in. So if you ever wanted to start a YouTube channel, ever wanted to write your own book, start a blog, make a TikTok account, start a podcast, make your own music, whatever it may be, take this as your sign and as your wake-up call to start. Start right now. Don't overcomplicate it. Just take out a pen, a piece of paper, and start planning out whatever the heck it may be. And I promise you, once you start that process, it'll go so much more smoother and you won't want to stop until that goal is accomplished. If there's anything you take from this first episode, is that you need to prevent stopping yourself from accomplishing the things that will make you happy. Because at the end of the day, you're living your own life. The people who judge you will not be affected by the decisions that you make. The people that judge you are not going to benefit off the success that you get. And so you need to make decisions that will benefit you, will make you successful, will make you happy. I want to keep this episode short, so I'm going to end it off right here. I want to thank every single one of you for tuning in to the first ever episode. I'm so excited to see where this goes, and I'm so happy that I finally stopped stopping myself from recording this and just going forth with what I want to do. If you enjoyed this, please follow me on Instagram at Shaira.Ahmed. You can also follow up at Chat Real Podcast on Instagram, and I'll update on there on when the new episode will be published. Again, thank you so much. I cannot wait to chat real with all of you soon.